Hey guys, it's Rush. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the channel and happy new year to you. This video today is about Ken and how Ken can be changed. So I'm going to use the word nerfed. Don't panic. I know Ken mains hate that word. So how he can be nerfed but not to break the character. The reason I'm making this video is because I watched the Broski video on Ken and I found it very informative. It's very interesting to hear Broski's points of view on Ken. There's some particular things he mentioned that I didn't even know Ken can do that other characters in the game can't. Okie dokes. So the first point I want to raise, which Broski mentioned in his video, is where Ken can link his crouch light punch into 5-frame buttons naturally. So no counter hit, no punish counter. These combos are natural combos with Ken. Now, obviously as a Ken main, that's really cool. You know, Stan Lykic has a lot of range, so you can get a conversion from quite far out when it comes to light attacks, and at closer proximity you can do crouch jab into his target combo, his chin buster target combo, and then you can go for some of his bread and butter routes. So run Tatsu for corner carry, you can go into run Dragon Lash for damage. Now I've thought about it a lot on how you can change this, and I think the most fair way to modify this situation is to stop Ken having the ability to link into a 5-frame button. I did think make Stan Lykic a 4-frame button, but if you make this a 4-frame button, I feel like the range on it has to be nerfed as well. And me personally, I think the best thing about this button is its range. It's really good in terms of its range for whiff punishing, and it's got a really good buffer window as well. So I'm buffering Lykic Tatsu there. Up close, it'll come out because it connects. So I don't want this move to change at all. I love it the way it is. So I think stopping the crouch light punch naturally from linking into 5 frames entirely is the best approach. Now I already know you guys are upset about that, but hear me out. If you're at this sort of range, so you won't be able to get a conversion from say here, I don't think. So there that links. So if I do that again, you can see that stand jab will whiff now. So you will lose that ability, but if you're closer range, you can still convert into things. But where this changes now for the better is the fact that I can get a drive rush cancel in that scenario now. So jab jab, drive rush, crouch jab, all combos together naturally. If I do that same sequence again with Stan Lykic drive rush, you can see you don't get a combo. Regular Stan Lykic, no counter it, the drive rush cancel does not combo into anything. So whilst it's not a buff, it will change the way you do your light strings, and it will actually allow you to do drive rush cancel combos from the light strings. So because jab, jab, drive, rush, cancel gives you a combo, it will enable you to get more damage from this situation. The second thing that was mentioned in Broski's video, and I do agree with him, is the meterless run Dragon Lash nonsense. So Ken is very privileged in the fact that he has a meterless side swap, and I'm very surprised Capcom hasn't taken this out of the game. They did add the run DP change, so if you do chin buster into OD Dragon Lash, they added that in a recent patch. When I saw that, I thought, yeah, they've definitely removed the meterless side swap, but they have not. Now this may be controversial, but I think they should remove the meterless side swap. So I think what should happen is if you do run Dragon Lash, it should keep you on the same side. So maybe that tweak to the move would be a reasonable nerf. I think this route is the best route meterless, so let me go for let's go for a punish counter combo. So that's meterless 3160. Let's go for that option. Okay, so yeah, so that's the non-side swap combo route you'd go for, and that is actually less damage. So the run Dragon Lash into DP is still the better option to go for if you just want damage meterless in that situation. So now I know you're thinking, well, Rush, what do I do? I need that side swap, I need that technique in this game. Well, like I said, you still have it, but you have to spend meter now for it. So let's do the combo route again, but using the meter. And now you will see I've spent bar, I get access to run DP after the chin buster OD Dragon Lash, but look what happens, you get more damage. So this is what I'm kind of highlighting here. It's a case of, well, yes, you lose functionality, but you still have the functionality there. You still have the option there, but it's hidden behind meter now. And last but by no means least is blooming medium Jinrai. I hate, you guys don't understand how much I hate this move. So with this, what I want to focus on is the frame data and the pushback of medium kick Jinrai. So the medium kick Jinrai is -7 on block, and the medium kick Jinrai into the low is -5. So I feel that increasing the frame data, the punishment on it, so making it say -8 and -6, I think that this is a little too severe. As much as it pains me to say that, and it just feels like a contradiction because I am a Ken player as well, but -8 would enable some characters to get punishes using heavies. Now I know the -7 medium kick Jinrai isn't guaranteed, because if they go for the low follow-up, it will frame trap anything you press. But I think -8 is a bit too much. I think the amount of damage you'll get from punishes if they just do this into nothing to get the throw afterwards, because they're trying to parry the low follow-up, and that's a little too hefty. So I think -7 is good, but what I propose is that the pushback on that is slightly reduced. So that's the first thing. But I think the tweak here for Ken, not specifically for Ken, but for this game, is I think more characters need access to an invincible 7-frame super. And that may be controversial, but I think this is where it's more about the system and the game. There's a lot of characters that don't have access to a fast super. So some characters may need a faster level 3, some characters may need a faster level 1. That means that they can drop 1 bar on a punish in this scenario. So they'll get a -7 punish in that scenario, which will also be Ken committing to the low, because there is a gap, but it will frame trap a normal. But if you do a super in that gap, it will punish both scenarios. It's like an OS. It punishes the -7, but it also punishes you committing to the low follow-up as well. They don't get frame trap because they beat the frame trap because of invincible frames. And the other suggestion is less pushback on the low follow-up. You can see it's -5, but even Ken himself cannot punish it. He can't reach after that scenario. So it's -5, but it puts you and the opponent in this weird space in where it's like, okay, you're minus, but you know, it depends on what we press, what happens in this scenario here. So I think he should have less pushback on the whole string, including the low follow-up, to put him in a punishable state. You know, he may have some situations, some ranges where he may not be punished, because, you know, some characters don't have a 5-frame that reaches that far. It's fair enough, but just put him a bit closer so at least some characters can punish him. That's my proposals. Yeah, nerf Ken. Nerf Ken. Force Ken players to think a little bit more, and I think he'll be more of a rewarding character to play, and I think these changes are fair as well. You're welcome to unsubscribe, you're welcome to dislike the video, or the Ken haters, upvote, like the video please, I'd really appreciate it. But that's my stance. I may be a Ken player, but I am no propaganda, no nonsense. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think? Have you seen the Broski video? If you haven't seen it, I recommend watching it. It's very interesting. He makes some very good content. And with that, I will close out the video. Take care, guys. Catch you in the next one.